No, I don't think I was a gifted child. I was very bossy growing up, I think. I definitely talked a lot. I was very sociable. I always wanted to be around other children. Whenever there was public speaking or debating or anything to do with history, I was always the first person to be asked to do anything. I love to talk. Definitely very sociable. Like I thrive being around other people. My mother was always a strong influence in my life. She was an entrepreneur, and I did see how she struggled not having accounting in her background. And I also, when I was younger, I watched that movie Pretty Woman, and I was always so fascinated with what Richard Gere did, how he used to buy these companies up and sell them in smaller pieces, that I thought, you know what, this is what I'd like to do as a career. I'm quite a creative person, so I thought initially when I chose the Chartered Accountancy degree that I'd struggle a bit because I always used to do so well with creative writing, and I have a lot of hobbies in my personal time that are purely creative. I'd much rather pick up a home decor magazine than like a Fin Week. But I find that that actually helps me do my job because it brings out my personality and my enthusiasm. Because one day, if I decide to have my own business, maybe it'll be something with a creative, but yet I have the balance of, you know, having the business skills behind it with which to take my business to successes, hopefully. It's a 4-year degree at the University of the Witwatersrand, and I took it in 5 years. Because I think I like to refer to it as my personal growth year. In my first year I was far too sociable and the head in the clouds that I didn't really spend much time in the lecture theatres, and as a consequence I repeated the year. So I think that was a massive challenge for me to overcome for the next 4 years, because it's this constant self-doubt that you have. I can tell you in my honours year, which was a classic example, I had the worst panic and fear in my life because it was literally like 4 years worth of studying behind this, and this is just all my dreams in this final year, and I wasn't doing too well with 1 or 2 subjects, and I spent every Thursday in the professor's office persevering, getting through it, you know, and he actually saw that I was very determined to get through it, and I think that made all the difference at the end of the year, because I passed, and I passed well. I don't think I'd be here today without hard work. It's really, there's so many sacrifices that we all make along the way, but it seems like such a big thing at the time, but like looking back now, I think, oh, you know, it's a no-brainer, you know. I think it's definitely opened doors for me with my current job. I don't think I'd be where I am today at Investec if it wasn't for my qualification. It's like being a normal accountant, but on steroids, if I could call it like that. It's got that, like, that soft layer of, you know, personality that also adds to the job. And, you know, when you're young, you think that you know exactly what you expect out of your career. And I can tell you, since I've joined Investec, it's changed maybe 5-10 times easily. I've seen so many fantastic areas like private equity, specialized finance. It's just really so interesting that ordinarily someone of my age and stage in life would never, you know, be able to see that, to get that experience. And I know it's a lot of pressure if you come straight out of school expecting to know what you want to do for the rest of your life. But I mean, there's that quote that goes, the average person might have 10 career changes in a lifetime. I think I'm one of them. But I know that my CA qualification will see me through every single one of those. It's something that changes the way you think about life, because all of a sudden you feel like you know that much more than every other business qualification out there. You've got to believe in yourself from day one. That's the one thing I can say. If you don't see yourself finishing with cap in hand and scroll in the other, then don't do it. Because at the end of the day, it's up to you and you alone. You can have your parents and your family for support, but it's in your head. You've got to get your head right.